I bought my '74 MGB Roadster in 1986 when I was just 23 and have cherished and enjoyed looking after this car, which has been a constant part of my life over the past 44 years. I'd spent over a year looking for a replacement for a Jensen Healey that turned out to be a dog. Seduced by its pristine white paintwork, as a naive 22-year-old, I'd not checked it out. The owner had filled the sills with newspaper. And so I became the third owner of UPX12N. I have a comprehensive history of the car, from the original handbook, passport service and numerous MOTs and receipts. A year later, I undertook the initial restoration and retrim of the car. Time spent scouring the then plentiful suppliers of MG parts around West London and Hertfordshire resulted in many new panels and suspension upgrades, and also the chance to model some MG branded clothing for the Owners Club. With the car complete, I was all set to head off to the south of France, only for a builder's truck to reverse over the bonnet 3 days before the trip. A speedy repair and all was back on target. A year later, and another trip to the south of France, this time with my soon-to-be wife Francine, the car performed perfectly. The following years passed quickly with many enjoyable trips away in the MG. I'd always admired the subtle enhancements to make minis more luxurious by companies such as Radford and Wood & Pickett, and more recently the bespoke offerings from Frontline Developments for the MGB. And whilst there are numerous upgrades available for the MG, I didn't want the exposed screws showing of a walnut dash panel or the more kit part feel on offer. And so, with our 30th wedding anniversary looming, I decided it was time to refurbish the MG for the second time in my ownership, while also subtly improving the car where I could to make it even more enjoyable. With the rear wings needing attention, I decided a full bare metal respray was in order. So, while the car was in the workshop, I started to research ways to upgrade the car in the spirit of the 1960s coach builders. First up was the glass. A cracked screen needed replacing, and keen to retain the top tint fitted by the previous owner, I decided to change all the glass to have the Sundym green tint popular in the 1970s. Turning to the interior, I chose to recover the dash top, crash rail and door cappings in leather to match the patina of the premium leather used for the heated seats, which also now featured a subtle embossed MG logo. In addition, I replaced the hard plastic centre console with a leather console with twin French stitching. With the metal dashboard out for a repaint, I replaced the instrument chrome bezels and upgraded the poor instrument lighting with LED bulbs. To complete the high-end look of the interior, I replaced the interior door handles with chrome handles, purchased a new motor lead steering wheel boss and a matching aluminium gear knob, and finally a period-looking radio that is in fact a modern DAB and Bluetooth unit that is also iPhone compatible. A final flourish, and with re-chromed bumps and grille, I was able to source a better quality enamel boot badge to replace the plastic original. And now the car is complete. It still feels and drives just like a very well sorted MGB, but with an interior that feels like something that is a class above, more in keeping with the bespoke look I was after.